Hello everyone, Observer here. Welcome to NetZone, an adventure game from 1996. Before we get started, I should note that this game came with an interesting little bit of backstory, as you can see right here. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'll just show you the highlights and linger if you want to read it. This paragraph may be important later for the backstory, for later in the game. Skycorp has heralded research into artificial life forms. That's gonna be important. Panning back up for this SARD article real quick. All this in 2016. What a future we could have had. Cyberspace offers its services to large and wealthy organizations interested in taking their R&D into the realm of cyberspace, away from the material and physical constraints of real-life laboratories and testing facilities. When we get to the game, this picture will make more sense, don't worry. This final entry is going to play into the intro of the game. He's probably just stuck in cyberspace and the system malfunctioned. Wish me luck.
Digital dreams crossing over the sea. Welcome to the deadlock of reality.
Now, on to the game. This time we won't exactly be on DOS, but something different. With the power of DOSBox X, there's an additional feature. Watch this. Even got a custom theme up for this occasion. These are all the different games I have installed on this virtual PC. I might stream others someday, but for now, we're gonna do this one.
Some cop came by today to return Dad's old VR interface. They'd taken it as evidence during the investigation. I guess they don't need it now that the case has been officially closed. Lately, I've been running an investigation of my own, doing some full-time research into Dad's work. You never know, right? So far, I've learned that Dad's disappearance was probably connected with some heavy stuff he was involved with at Psycorp. But what? Who the hell knows? All I know is that Psycor exists within virtual reality, and that my father was involved in an artificial intelligence lifeform research. Why all the secrecy? Hey, you got me. But as I sat there trying to crack into the VR interface, I wasn't thinking about Psycor or the police. I just wanted to find my dad.
Unauthorized access. Entry has been denied.
Notice his shirt.
Damn, come on, think. What am I doing wrong?
Enter code.
Why does Psycor have such tight security on this thing anymore?
Dead
Must have left a
graphics,
back door
yo.
on this thing in case it got shut out of the system. Yes, found it. Back door. All right. Find the password.
Access denied.
No. All right, slow down. Come on. What were you thinking, man?
Enter code.
Birthdays. Oh, too obvious. The dog? No. Cops would have thought of that one. Names. Wait a minute.
Access granted.
Ah, Dad. Wait a minute. What is this?
SOS or something. Someone's in big trouble there.
Please, help me. I'm trapped within the Psycor Corporation's Genesis Zone. A terrible conspiracy is forming against me that I'm unable to fight alone. It's possible that my enemies stopped me from sending this message, and you have managed to break the Psycor access codes to read it. If so, you'll probably be able to enter the Genesis Zone as well. If it's already too late to help me, I beg you, nevertheless, try and stop my colleagues from sabotaging Psycor and threatening the security of computer networks throughout the planet. If you agree to help me, attach the neural interface and enter the Genesis Zone. Since you have used my code, the system will identify you as Zell Winters, but you'll not be able to navigate freely throughout the Genesis Zone, since my enemies have demoted my identity status to Maintenance Engineer. I can only say to you, probably a complete stranger, that I owe you my life, but I must also warn you that you will be placing yourself in grave danger. You'll receive more information when you arrive. Please hurry. Time is running out. Zell Winters.
Jack in like Neuromancer. That looked painful.
Acknowledging neural interface connection to the Genesis Zone.
Here we are, the Psycor's personal region of cyberspace. Now before we get going, I gotta explain the controls a little bit. First, our cursor here is called a Cyprod. It darts around near something interactive, points where you can go, standard stuff. But the interesting feature is that if you hold the right mouse button and move the mouse, you can pan in 360 degrees. Not as much as later games did, like with QuickTime VR or Schism or stuff like that, but it's interesting. Next, anytime you see these blobs with glowing dots, these are basically connection boards that allow you to interact with stuff in the Genesis Zone. And it's where we are. Well, that'll be explained later on. Right now we're on a high platform, and we could go to these places, but first, as Zell Winter said, we need to log on. So the system thinks we're our dad. Get used to this thing, because you're going to be seeing it a lot. So yeah, this is our PDA. It's our main interface with Psycor systems. You can read email. That's our current quest. Inventory, which is the programs we have. Don't look at a memo pad where you can write text. A map, which is really useful, which looks like the blueprints. It shows where we are and where all the connection ports are. And sys, which is just the main menu. And if you want to hide this button pad, all you gotta do is click here. And you can drag it around too. So now they're authenticated and we need to fix the Zeppelin. Well, let's go through here. See, we can just teleport around. There's no need for physics in the Genesis Zone. So let's get our bearings first.
Welcome to Psycor. I am a CY-11, Psycor's crowning achievement in artificial lifeform technology. You have entered the Genesis Zone, the only virtual reality experimental facility able to simulate, design, and manufacture advanced intelligent beings within cyberspace. Open your mind to the possibility of manufacturing the most sophisticated virtual intelligent lifeforms ever known, possessing power that is only now being fully explored. Imagine every facet of your organizational and operational needs handled by multifunctional CY11s like me, able to perform tasks ranging in complexity from general maintenance and repair to testing the most complicated weapon systems. As you journey through the Genesis Zone, you will be introduced to the many different facilities operating at Psycor. Climb aboard the Zeppelin, which will take you to the design facility, suspended in cyberspace atmosphere, where the components used to design CY11s are simulated. Take a cruise aboard the Atlantis.
You made it. Congratulations. I'm relieved. I am Zell Winters. I have managed to make this recording for you in the hope that you received my email message. But I don't have much time. The situation here is worse than I thought. The conspirators I spoke of previously are planning to release viruses into the computer networks of the world, taking them over for their own purposes. I have prepared this recording, which proves my suspicions are founded. It will also help you locate my personal databank, containing a downloaded version of my mind, my knowledge, and my memories. If my fears are correct, this may be all that is left of me by the time you receive this message. If you came to help, you will need my assistance. Only together can we defeat this vile conspiracy. And now we come to the logical question of how. There's a chance that you may be able to rebuild me as an artificial life form using my databank. If you can do this, you may find that certain memories and data are triggered during this procedure, as my personality begins to function once again. Good luck, my friend. Let us hope that the next time I speak, it will be in person.
New data has been downloaded.
So yeah,
to
that was our
computer.
dad's avatar talking to us. Apparently in the Genesis Zone, avatars just look like CGI busts with partially rendered arms and animations inside them. Every cutscene we get with Zell and other people are saved to our PDA so we can view them again if we want. And we got a second one too.
Brothers, the time is ripe to execute my master plan. No one is more excited than me.
Oh, sorry Radium Skull, let me fix that. See, this game could run on DOS and Windows 95, but on DOS, you couldn't lower the volume for some strange reason. Let me try that again.
Brothers, the time is ripe to execute my master plan. No one is more excited than me. It has taken months of hard work to arrive at this point. But listen well, I do not want anything to go wrong. Zell Winters, the tyrannical ruler of Psycor, has toyed with the lives of so-called artificial life forms, of the lives of all of us, for too long. He must therefore be eliminated. Even as we speak, the wheels are in motion for his unfortunate demise. At last we will have freedom. But, my friends, all is not so simple. Psycor has been designed so that the databanks of all chief designers must be preserved, and there is a fail-safe mechanism that not even I can override. Nevertheless, I have stolen Zell's databank and isolated it where it cannot be accessed by the central dome system. And this is where you come in. I need you to guard Zell's databank as if your virtual lives depended on it. We will place the databank in the central hub of the design facility. And you'd better make sure nobody, but nobody, gets past you. Since I have programmed you to obey only my voice, utterly and completely, I have every faith that you will all carry out this mission perfectly. We do not have much time. I will inform you when Zell Winters has been eliminated. and then you are to proceed as planned. Until that time, each of you has a job to do. Now, leave quickly. I have some unfinished business to attend to.
Okay, so now that that exposition dump is out of the way, let's do some repair work, or try to. And that guy, Walter, he gave us a clue. Our dad's databank is in the design center, and to get there, we need to fix the Zeppelin.
You are connected to the Zeppelin interface.
And we do that with this diagnostic module we were just given. Every item has a little flavor text about it. Although they didn't render that clamp moving, I'm going to call this pass. Well, there's a problem here. Everything on the Zeppelin is working, but we can't actually get on it. So we need to find something else that can fix that. Well, as it turns out, in our PDA is also the last email Zell got before he disappeared. This guy found a back door to his computer, and this is the important part. Notice how the word dead is capitalized here? That comes in handy right here. Why we can't just type this in, I don't know. And these little eyeballs running around, they're harmless. They're called spooks. They fix things around the central dome when programmed to. They're just CY11s like everything else they make.
Access granted. Welcome to the Global Communication Network.
Yes, that was the code to get to the internet, apparently. Or at least maybe Psycor's internal network. That's their website, we'll need to remember that. The person who's made that back door is called JP, so must be his page. So we downloaded something.
New data has been downloaded to your PDA.
If we combine these two, we have an enhanced diagnostic module, so that means it might be able to do more things.
Welcome to Cycor's decoding site, where state-of-the-art decoding technology is available direct to you. Please upload encrypted data.
We don't have any encrypted data right now, but we may find some.
Thank you for using Cycor's decoding site.
That's the antivirus system, it looks like. Yeah, this is definitely not the real internet, because these are only 3 sites.
Thank you for using the Global Communication Network.
So now that we have that enhanced diagnostic
You are
module,
connected to the Zeppelin interface.
we should be able to do something more. Look at this, we can actually pause each part of the ship in mid-motion. Alright, now we can get on board. How cute, they even made extra seats for more users. And since this is a virtual ship, there's no controls or anything. All you gotta do is click this little icon here. We'll be seeing flashing icons like this a lot around the Genesis Zone.
The Zeppelin is on course to the design facility. The Zeppelin has arrived at the design facility.
Notice the Apollo 11 samples in the music? They just use a static picture of clouds and the ocean as the background. Oh well, 96, what could they do? Hey look, there's Walter's disciples. If they're protecting the... Obviously they could... Sorry, the databank must be around here somewhere. I'm guessing these are more CY-11s because they don't have any heads. And this one's actually blocking us from going somewhere, so we need to get rid of them somehow. Oh, there's something over there, so I guess maybe we should check that out. For a cyberpunk tech company, this is some really nice architecture. Ground and the ground, round and the ground. I don't know why they looped that part of the samples.
You are connected to the Oracle interface.
That's actually the scientific name for the earlobe. Oh no, I think the game froze. I forgot to say this. Sometimes the game crashes a little bit, so I might have to reboot this a few times. I'm sorry.
Acknowledge. You are connected to the Zeppelin interface. The Zeppelin is on course. The Zeppelin has arrived at the design facility.
Alright, back to where we were.
The Eagle has landed. All the people on this earth are truly one. All the people on this earth are truly one. This is Houston, we're copy.
You are connected to the Oracle interface.
Now here's the puzzle at hand. Walter said in the video that these disciples only listen to his voice. Well, what if they heard his voice again?
Brothers, the time is ripe to execute my master plan. No one is more excited than me. It has taken months of hard work to arrive at this point. But listen well, I do not want anything to go wrong. Zell Winters, the tyrannical ruler of Psychor, has toyed with the lives of so-called artificial life forms, of the lives of all of us, for too long. Of the lives of all be eliminated. Even as we speak, the wheels are in motion for his unfortunate demise. At last we will have freedom. But, my friends, all is not so simple. Psychor has been designed so that the data banks of all Psychor must be preserved, and there is a fail-safe mechanism that not even I can override. Nevertheless, I have stolen Zell's databank and isolated it where it cannot be accessed by the central dome system. And this is where you come in, system. I need you to guard Zell's databank as if your virtual lives depended on it. We will place the databank in the central hub of the design facility. And you'd better make sure nobody, but nobody, gets past you. Since I have programmed you to obey only my voice, utterly and completely, I have every faith that you will all carry out this mission perfectly. We do not have much time. I will inform you when Zell Winters has been eliminated, and then you are to proceed as been. Until that time, each of you has a job to do. Now, leave quickly. I have some unfinished business to attend to.
And there they go, just flying away.
Zell Winters' databank has been accessed and downloaded to your PDA.
Hey, look at that, we have our dad's databank. A downloaded version of the mind, memories, and personality. And it's a policy of Psychor that all senior designers need this. Basically like a ROM construct. That's one part solved, but so that's our goal. Next, we need to make a CY11 to add to it. check this out. There's a copy of the Atlantis ship right here. And because of that, I'm going to take a little detour. This whole game is kind of non-linear, almost like Riven. There's something we need in order to do the next step.
The Atlantis is on course to the manufacturing facility. The Atlantis has arrived at the manufacturing.
So, Zell, you've finally made it. I suppose if you've activated this recording, you are still hoping to save what is left of Psychor. But I'm being rude. How nice it is to see you after all this time. And I'm so glad I've managed to get your full attention at last. I've cooked up a little something that might make your travel plans through the Genesis Zone a bit more interesting. After all, I always was one for distractions. You, on the other hand, were a little too busy to notice my antics. Until now, that is. Because you know, Zell, you really don't have a choice. You see, while you've been busy with your precious project and with thoughtlessly destroying my work, I have been building something to destroy your creation. Because we can't avoid the eternal cycle of creation and destruction, can we, Zell? So, I have designed viruses so deadly, so powerful, nothing and no one stands a chance against them. And believe me, no one will. It's time to face the fact that Psychor is in its death throes. And isn't it ironic that I, once its inventor, have now become its willing executioner? So, as an old friend once said, there is no room at Psychor for redundancy. Goodbye, Zell. Oh, and I wouldn't be a gentleman if I didn't add, continue with extreme caution.
I bet you're wondering what this puzzle is about. Well, first up, I'm going to show the hint section really quick, because, like, you got all these categories that are good for also in the manual, but there's also hints. Yes, that's right, folks. Once again, like the last game I played, we have a maze to consider. I think Walter set this up just to fuck with us, and that's not the only thing he's going to do, believe me. So how do we get through this maze? Well, we need to lay down a path, basically. We need to set these shapes in accordance with the way that they're turned on the map. Because otherwise we won't actually be able to get through. And you also have to consider which way it's facing from first person. So let's see if this combination works. I really gotta question what's up with this whole goopy aesthetic going on. Is it trying to imply that the Psycore, the Genesis Zone, has been physically abandoned? And I messed up the last one.
You have entered the communication tower of the manufacturing facility. Terminal system halted, unable to complete transfer operation.
So this virtual computer isn't working properly, so like before, we need to fix it. There's something in it, and we need to get it out. Split, put this memory ring back in, and reset. This terminal needs new software. Like in Spaceballs, even in the future, nothing works. So this means we gotta go all the way back to the central dome and get the upgraded software. I hate to say it, but we will be coming back through here several times in the game. At least it doesn't take that long, I'll say that much.
The Atlantis is on course to the design facility. Atlantis has arrived at the design facility.
Well, now that we're here and we have the right components, let's see what the disciple was covering up.
You have arrived at the design facility laboratory. Terminal malfunction.
This one is
You are
seriously
connected to the terminal maintenance sector.
This puzzle's a little bit intuitive. We just need to find another terminal with the opposite conditions, components that work, and swap them.
Eagle looking great.
Terminal malfunction. You are connected to the terminal maintenance sector. Terminal malfunction. Terminal malfunction. You are connected to the terminal maintenance sector.
Alright, so this little green dot here, this is important. Because we're in the laboratory where the CY11s are first put together. And this piece was not here. We had to get it from that other tower. Because if we didn't have this, if we started building a Saiga right away, then we'd have to go all the way back. And we just load it in.
Terminal is operational.
So we just open this folder and take some of these, they're called radixes. This is basically the first stage item of what a CY11 is. Almost like a Digi-Egg from Digimon in a way.
Terminal is operational.
All I gotta do is click run.
Stand by for coding procedure.
Did anyone see that text scrolling by?
Stand by for coding procedure.
So now we have a couple of zygotes. And then we take the zygotes over to this simulation pod.
You are connected to the holographic simulation pod.
If we didn't have the radix, the zygote wouldn't go through.
Stand by for simulation procedure. Simulation procedure was successful. Zygote has been sent to the manufacturing facility. Malfunction. Malfunction. Problem located in the manufacturing facility. Waiting for instructions. Standing by.
Give me a full report of malfunction, nature and extent.
There has been a breach of security. 2 identical CY-11 lifeforms have been created simultaneously. Suggest immediate elimination of unauthorized CY-11.
We'll have to take firmer action than that. Contact designer Walter Sale. Send him up here.
Paging now.
You wanted to see me, Zell?
Walt, what's going on in your lab? You've set the whole place on red alert.
There's no reason to panic. I wanted to surprise you, Zell. I was testing some new ideas I have for more advanced CYs. To do that, I need to run comparative tests on duplicate CY-11s. Zell, I need more than one for it to work.
You know Psy-Corps policy as well as I do, Walter. We work here with the understanding that not more than one identical artificial life form can exist at any one time. I'm disappointed in you. You know the risks. History has shown what can happen if we give artificial life forms total freedom. I can't allow this experiment to go on, even if it means progressing more slowly.
But that's madness. You don't understand what that would do to my work. I just can't do it. In any case, I think it's time we review the whole elimination issue more carefully. It's immoral and it's unnecessary. You know my views.
Walter, I appreciate your concerns, but we can't play around with policy. It's not just a matter of morality. What about security? Human safety? That's the central issue here. And I won't let your attachment to your creatures get in the way of the project. That's why I want you to install a fail-safe mechanism in the production facility.
What kind of fail-safe mechanism?
A mechanism that automatically destroys any unauthorized duplicate life forms. One that protects us and the whole future of Psy-Corps.
I don't understand what's happened to you, Zell. You're not the friend I once knew. All you care about is Psy-Corps policy. What about us? What about progress? Don't you see? It's just not as simple as pushing a button. There are other issues at stake here. I joined Psy-Corps because I was an inventor. A creator, damn it! Not a destroyer! Zell, just take a look at what this place has become.
Walt, you're taking this too personally. Remember, there's no room at Psy-Corps for redundancy. They're only intelligent robots, elegant and sophisticated as they are. They have a function. They perform it well. And then it's over. Don't get so involved. It's not healthy. Install the fail-safe mechanism now, Walter. It's for the best, you know it is.
New data has been downloaded to your PDA.
I don't know about you, but I think some concepts of this game have aged really well considering, hold on, where we are in the AI debate right now. It's just that we aren't genetically making these like these systems are. I'm gonna send 2 zygotes through because it's gonna cut a lot of the backtracking later.
Stand by for simulation procedure. Simulation procedure was successful. Zygote has been sent to the manufacturing facility.
So to get those zygotes over to the manufacturing facility, we need to find the upgrade to that terminal in the comm tower. And to that, we need to head back to the central dome. The music is supposed to loop on the same track depending on where you are. It worked in DOS, but I think that loop doesn't work here in Windows 98 for some reason. It is actually CD audio, just like Inca 1 and 2 at least.
The Zeppelin is on course to the central dome. The Zeppelin has arrived at the central dome.
And I just realized that welcome video we saw, it actually wasn't finished because, like, Zell's message interrupted it, but there's actually more to it. And I forgot to show it earlier. Oops. Come on. There.
Welcome to Cycor. I am a CY-11, Cycor's crowning achievement in artificial lifeform technology. You have entered the Genesis Zone, the only virtual reality experimental facility able to simulate, design, and manufacture advanced intelligent beings within cyberspace. Open your mind to the possibility of manufacturing the most sophisticated virtual intelligent lifeforms ever known, possessing power that is only now being fully explored. Imagine every facet of your organizational and operational needs handled by multifunctional CY-11s like me, able to perform tasks ranging in complexity from general maintenance and repair to testing the most complicated weapon systems. As you journey through the Genesis Zone, you will be introduced to the many different facilities operating at Cycor. Climb aboard the Zeppelin, which will take you to the design facility, suspended in cyberspace atmosphere, where the components used to design CY-11s are simulated. Take a cruise aboard the Atlantis, arriving at the underwater manufacturing facility to see how the production process is further developed and refined. Let the grommet take you to the underground world of the testing facility, where CY-11 parameters are tested and retested to create a faultless artificial lifeform. And of course, there is the Central Dome, where you are now standing, which is the nerve center of Cycor. We hope you enjoy your visit. Thank you for choosing Cycor, where virtually anything is possible.
Notice how the host mentioned the Central Dome and 3 locations, but there's 4 vehicles in here. So, what's that red rocket for then? I think alt-tabbing is something this game doesn't like, so I might have to save and restart again really quick. And since this is non-linear, I'm gonna go check out the grommet next because we haven't been to the testing center yet. So I'm kind of curious what's there. Check that out, a rocket ship with a drill.
You are connected to the grommet interface.
Yeah, see, it was faster last time I saved. As a matter of fact, Radium Skull, the rocket, actually looks like the one from the Wallace and Gromit movie. It's spelled with an E though, not an I. I think that's actually a name for an actual tool or something. I just don't know what it is.
Acknowledging neural interface connection. You are connected to the grommet interface.
See, now it's quick again. So yeah, do not Alt-Tab playing NetZone.
The grommet is on course to the testing facility. The grommet has arrived at the testing facility.
Ah, now we got that funky tune from the corporate video. I actually like this track. I think it's my favorite out of all the ones in the game. Now I'm gonna save here because the next thing we're gonna be facing is a series of logic puzzles, and one of them is really easy to screw up. So we need to find which of these flashing stars is the quickest. The higher the pitch is, if the pitch is higher, it means we're getting closer. I'm safe scumming here because this puzzle and the others like it, if you get it wrong, you gotta do it again. This has to be the hardest puzzle in the game by far.
You have completed the first phase of the testing procedure. Please continue with phase 2.
Okay, so phase 2 is a little bit easier than the last one. We just need to follow that trail of colors in the sky and just turn toward whichever is the right color. Just waiting a little bit to confirm.
You have completed the second phase of the testing procedure. Please continue with phase 3.
Okay, we're finally somewhere else.
You are the head of a police unit that is in pursuit of an armed criminal. You and a junior officer who you are training hear over police radio that the criminal is hiding in an apartment block close by. You have been instructed to check out the scene and take whatever action is necessary. Your mission is to apprehend the criminal and bring him to justice. During this mission, you will be presented with different situations and required to respond to questions about them. Your responses to these situations will determine the outcome of the mission. Good luck. These situations and your partner are standing at the entrance of the apartment building. You see the suspect running towards the emergency stairs. He is carrying a weapon. You must act quickly. As he runs away, you make the following situation analysis. During a recent car chase, you were shot in the shoulder, and you are recovering from surgery to remove the bullet. You are not sure if you are recovering from... On the other hand, you are concerned about letting your partner take over because he is a trainee who does not have your experience in handling these situations. Do you A. Chase after the armed criminal yourself, or B. Let your partner pursue him?
Okay, audience, while I save here real quick, just in case, I'll let you think over the quiz we were just given about whether we should chase the criminal even though we were in pain, or let our partner do it even though he's not trained. What do you guys think? I mean, we face a lot of police issues today. Because this too affects what the outcome will be.
You run towards the emergency stairs as fast as you can and begin your chase after the criminal who is one floor ahead of you. Do you A. Shoot him during the chase, although the chances of hitting him are not very high and you may hit innocent bystanders, or B. Choose not to shoot?
I would go with B.
The pursuit continues. Meanwhile, as you climb up the stairs, you see the criminal break into an apartment window. You approach the window carefully and stand next to it with your back against the wall. Do you A. Jump into the apartment with your gun drawn, hopefully taking the criminal by surprise, or B. Stay where you are and watch the criminal through the window?
I would go in because it's not actually just shooting, but...
You scan the flat and watch the gunman go into another room. You enter the window to find the criminal leaving the apartment with his gun aimed at the throat of a hostage. You now have two possibilities. Do you A. Try and shoot the criminal, or B. Wait until the criminal has left the room and then contact your partner on the radio to give him new instructions?
Funny you say that, Radium Skull.
From your observation point, you watch the criminal drag the hostage towards the front door. He opens the door and the two of them disappear from your field of view. You take out your radio and instruct your partner to ambush the criminal. You proceed towards the door and find the hostage lying on the floor and the criminal escaping down the stairs. Do you A. Check the hostage's condition, or B. Run after the criminal and assist your partner.
I would do A, considering we don't know if they're dead or not yet.
You stop to check whether the hostage is badly wounded, and after determining that he is not, you run down the stairs. Your partner decided to guard from inside the building. You come down the stairs to discover your partner is lying wounded at the entrance and that the criminal has escaped. End.
Okay,
You
so,
have completed the third phase of the testing procedure. Please continue with phase 4.
so we failed the test.
Please come in. Someone will join you shortly. Please do not touch anything in this room.
So this is a test of restraint on how long we can keep from coming near that desk. He said, do not touch anything, but he didn't mean look at anything. And wowee, get a load of this chair. This is amazing decor. So we got a timer counting up on how long we will wait until we touch something or this button. Well, since no one showed up in the span of a minute, I think it's safe. And hey, things we can actually take. So this is a map of the whole testing facility. Chambers 1, 2, 3, and 4, but there's something in the middle too. These are encrypted. You know what that means. It's back to the central dome so we can access that decryption site. Funky sculpture, almost like the topographical map from Myst.
The grommet is on course to the central dome. The grommet has arrived at the central dome.
Oh, by the way, on this particular platform, there's something else here. There's a fifth vehicle.
You are connected to the Cabletron interface. Unauthorized access. Entry to the core is denied.
So it looks like this Cabletron goes to that radio tower in the middle of the dome, but we don't have access to go there, so we'll have to leave it for now.
Access granted. Welcome to the Global Communication Network.
Well, there's Psycor's website.
System identifies a virus. Analyzing.
Yeah, get a load of this. We have to make an antivirus for this virus by hand with these little colored dots. The way this works is that opposing colors turn white, and we need the bottom part to be all white. And as we all know, red plus yellow plus equal, red plus green plus blue equals white. The pieces can also overlap as well. I like that.
Virus has been eliminated.
And now we can get that stupid upgrade.
New data has been downloaded to your PDA.
This feels like what people had to put up with in the days of Windows 98 and XP itself. And now we gotta do it again.
System identifies a virus. Analyzing.
This whole game feels like a 90s hacker movie in game form. Now this puzzle's kind of tricky because this button, it took me a while to figure this out, but this actually reverses how the pieces are arranged. For a hacker game, I gotta say, this main theme is majestic. Just amazing.
Virus has been eliminated.
Welcome to Cycor's decoding site, where state-of-the-art decoding technology is available direct to you. Please upload encrypted data.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are websites in the real world that do this.
Thank you. Data is being decoded. Decoding is complete. Data has been downloaded to your PDA. Please upload encrypted data. Thank you. Data is being decoded. Decoding is complete. Data has been downloaded to your PDA. Please upload encrypted data.
Oh, we have new mail.
Thank you for using Cycor's decoding site.
Thank you for using the Global Communication Network. You are connected to the Grommet interface. The Grommet is on course to The Grommet has arrived at the testing facility.
So what we do here, that little rocket icon we have, This gives us an alternate destination for the grommet.
The grommet is on course to penetrate the central analysis chamber.
And that's what the
grommet
drill is
has
for.
penetrated the central analysis chamber.
Even though it just clipped through the wall. So this is the central analysis chamber for the testing facility. And this is where we will review how we did.
Subject has passed testing procedure. Parameters have been correctly adjusted and are now within specified range.
Hey, okay, I guess we didn't fail the police test. I guess there's just multiple solutions for the outcomes. So yeah, these are the parameters needed for a CY11 to actually function, to actually work, to be human, basically. All of these tests are tests of human emotions and stuff like that. Although really, I think if you really wanted to make a human-like AI, you would need a lot more than just this. Ah, lucky me.
The results are being downloaded to your PDA. You may continue with the next phase of construction.
So now all we gotta do is get to the manufacturing facility, put in that upgrade, and hopefully we can finally resurrect
the
our
grommet
dead
is on
daddy.
course to the central dome. The grommet has arrived at the central dome.
We're getting close to the end, guys, believe it or not. And since we're here, I'm gonna take this version of the Atlantis.
You are connected to the Atlantis interface.
But because I was a slack, I gotta fix this one too first.
The Atlantis is on... The Atlantis has arrived at the You have entered the communication tower of the manufacturing facility. In order to continue this procedure, the terminal system must be upgraded. Cygoat has been sent to the construction laboratory.
Okay, so the Cygoats we made should be waiting for us at the lab down there.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I have almost finished the blueprint for the most awesome virus the world will ever see. When I'm finished with you, you're going to be the mother of all viruses. Of course, what makes you unique is that you will be programmed to think, to adapt to any situation you face. Once we merge you with one of my CY11s, we'll take you to the core, where you will feed off its prime intelligence system. Ah, my lovely, you'll be invincible. What shall we call such a sublime piece of work? I think we'll name you the Cyberworm, in honor of your rather unique characteristics. Yes, I quite like that. My only regret is that I won't be able to see Zell's face when he comes face to face with my master creation. But I'll be long gone by then, won't I?
New data has been downloaded to your PDA.
Notice the difference between these two files, which are complete ones, and these ones that look different. These are actually flashbacks that pop up because we have Zell's data bank. I don't know where they're coming from since that wasn't in his mind, but... all this adventure has got me thinking, would Psycorp really be a place worth working for? Having to spend all day with your mind plugged into a computer instead of actually using a computer? If I had to choose, I would use a VR headset instead, at least.
You have entered the construction laboratory of the manufacturing facility.
So this room's kind of big. It's like divided into a football almost. Oh, I hate these spiral stairs because it's really hard to tell when you're on and off them. So this room's divided into not the stairs, two places. This thing looks like a giant CAT scanner, and it looks like there might be somebody under this tarp on wheels or something. But the important part we need is this pedestal over here. Now this is kind of a dick move, because there's clearly nothing here from this angle or the other angles. But if you're standing right in this particular spot, suddenly a connection port comes up.
Cannot proceed to next phase of construction. System has identified a CY11 awaiting extermination at elimination facility.
Did you think I was just going to sit by and watch you destroy another life? Especially while I'm running this joint now? I'm afraid not, my friend. I know you get a thrill out of vaporizing little Cygoats into thin air, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to spoil your fun. Again. This recording has triggered a surprise which you'll find waiting for you upon your return to the Central Dome, to which, as you know, you must pay a visit to pick up your ride to the elimination facility. Ah, poor Zell. When will you learn?
Elimination facility, that wasn't mentioned in the video, but since there's a fourth ship, that might be where it goes. So basically, if I understand this right, we can't do any of this until, well, I'll explain it when we get there. Just note this terminal. This is what Walter was using in the flashback. So we need to know what the code is for this, because he probably stashed something here.
The Atlantis is on course to the Central Dome. The Atlantis has arrived at the Central Dome. Attention please. This is a Central Dome announcement. Due to manual override, the entry to the elimination facility platform has been closed.
So that recording basically programmed all the spooks in the Central Dome to stop us from getting to the rocket. I forget what it's called. Yeah, see? I physically cannot get there now because this spook will not move. But there is a way to draw
You
their
are
attention.
connected to the Zeppelin interface.
After all, spooks are maintenance programs, so logically...
Failure has been acknowledged by Spook I-15.
So, since one spook went away to fix the Zeppelin, why not program all of them away?
Mission override to I-15 has been authorized. Mission override to I-15 has been authorized. You are connected to the Vulcan interface.
Instead of seats here, we have to climb up.
The Vulcan is on course to the elimination facility.
So where are we going with this rocket? A cheesy moon?
The Vulcan has arrived at the elimination.
Yep, welcome to the elimination facility, Psycor's glorified recycle bin / trash bin. Any unwanted CY-11s end up here.
You are connected to the Vulcan interface. Failure has been acknowledged by Spook I-15. You are connected to the Vulcan interface.
Any unwanted CY-11s end up here. Any unwanted CY-11s end up here. these things are called spikes, like Spooks 2.0. They basically guard both sides of this place, and we can't get past them. Also, I need to show off the hints for this place. It's actually really funny. A CY11 life form or any thereof will be sent to the elimination facility as a result of redundancy or incorrect parameters. That's why I was worried about the testing facility. If we didn't have the parameters right, we'd have to go all the way back here again. No other CY11 can be made until a defective one is eliminated. So, all we gotta do to get these spooks out of the way, well, let's do the thing we did last time. Reprogram them.
Mayday, mayday! Requesting assistance at position SP14. Mayday! Going down! Going down!
Ah, I missed
Contact
it.
has been made with unstable spike. Mayday, mayday! Contact has been made with unstable spike. Mayday, mayday! Going down!
And now they won't bother us anymore. Wow, look at this setup. It's like a whole judgment circle of hell inside a volcano. At least that's what it looks like.
CY11 is ready for elimination.
All this for a recycle bin? You can't just right-click and click empty? Is this hard?
CY11 has been eliminated.
Now with that done, hopefully we can finally do what we came to do.
The Vulcan is on course to the central dome. The Vulcan has arrived at You are connected to the Atlantis interface. The Atlantis is on course. The Atlantis has arrived at the manufacturing facility.
done everything right. We'll only have to come back through here one more time. It's almost over. There's a typo.
You are connected to the CY11 parameter adjustment interface.
Okay, so this thing is where the CY11 parameters come in. There's no point in fiddling with these sliders yourself, it'll just make a defective one. What we need to do is hit the automatic button. So we load the parameters in, and it moves the levers automatically. And now we send it off to do the test that we did.
Cygoat has been sent to the testing facility. Cygoat has successfully passed regulation testing procedure. Parameters are now within specified range. Continuing with Phase 2.
And now a new icon has popped up at the other end. A big red button, I would say.
My, I must say you certainly took your time, Zell. I didn't think you'd make it to my next recording. And in a way, it probably would have been better for you if you hadn't. Because what you are now going to face, without getting too melodramatic, are your final moments in virtual reality. Or any other reality for that matter. Get ready, my friend, for my finest creation yet. The cyberworm. A virus so lethal it can destroy anything in its path. And don't think your pathetic antivirus systems will have a chance, Zell. They won't. My worm can adapt to antivirus programs and instantaneously work out how to bypass any defenses. It will soon pass from network to network, system to system, absorbing enough energy and information to hold the entire world to ransom. As I warned you, Psycore is going down. And you, my friend, are going to get a rather rude wake-up call from the central dome. The only problem is, the system will be programmed to overload your neural interface, and you'll become a vegetable wandering cyber purgatory forever. Ah, what a fitting end for you and your precious Psycho. And now, prepare to meet the Cyberworm!
Walter, you motherfucker. Well, that was another booby trap. Let's push this again. We didn't make the cyberworm, he did in advance.
Standing by. CY11 undergoing configuration. Configuration successful. CY11 artificial lifeform is complete. Please indicate function of CY11. Standing by.
So we need to combine this CY11 with something.
System confirms CY11 merge with databank of subject Zell Winters. Merge complete. Process terminated.
Newton, it's you. Is it possible to think that I've been saved by my own son? It is more than I could have hoped for. It seems that I've taught you well, but our troubles are not over. Your ultimate challenge lies ahead of you. In creating me, you have unwittingly activated Walter's cyberworm due to the massive jump in energy levels. We have less than 20 minutes before the worm absorbs all of Psycor's energy and destroys everything. If this happens, I too will perish, and you will be trapped in the Genesis Zone forever. Listen well. We have to hurry. You must try to build another cyberworm based on everything you now know about Psycor. If you can do it, the system, while it's still functioning, will recognize 2 identical CY11s and dispatch them to the elimination facility, destroying them immediately and liberating us both. Meanwhile, since the worm is probably programmed to destroy me as well, I will lure it to the elimination facility. But before I go, I will override the facility's extermination beams, programming them to fire at the last possible moment before the worm absorbs all of Psycor's energy. If you fail in your task, both I and the worm will perish together in the elimination facility. Newton, I'm depending on you. One more thing. You may need to access the core in the central dome. If so, there's a manual override for the Cabletron, which is accessible from the Vulcan platform. It has a password relating to the elemental basis of the 4 worlds of the Genesis Zone: water, air, fire, and earth. Waif. Good luck, and hurry. Time is running out.
New data has been downloaded to your PDA.
Okay, the music should actually be something else, so I'm gonna do a little trick here. Well, first, obviously, I should save because we're now on a timer. I have the soundtrack in my iTunes so I can play what's supposed to be playing. So now we need to hurry and repeat what we just did. And that's why I added 2 side notes instead of 1, because we can actually do it from here right away.
You are connected to the CY11 parameter adjustment interface. Zygote has been sent to the testing facility. Zygote has successfully passed regulation testing procedure. Parameters are now within specified range. Continuing with Phase 2.
Hold on, volume check. So what Zell said we need to make a new cyberworm, and something happened. Because Zell is awake now, all of the flashbacks are whole again, which means we'll be able to see something we couldn't see before.
Okay.
Feels like Mission Impossible. Why can't I just type it?
Entry has been granted. You have accessed Walter Sale's personal archives.
So now we have the blueprint for the cyberworm.
Standing by. CY11 undergoing configuration. Configuration successful. CY11 artificial lifeform is complete. Please indicate function of CY11. Standing by. System confirms CY11 merge with cyberworm code. Merge complete. Process terminated.
So now we need to haul ass back to the central dome. And this is important. The core's prime intelligence system The only question remaining in my mind is, what happened to Walter? He said he'd be long gone by the time he finished the cyberworm, so why didn't the police go after
We
him?
have less than 15 minutes.
The Atlantis is on course. The Atlantis has arrived at the central dome.
So here's the override.
Access denied. Access granted.
Wow, it's a literal big electric switch.
Cabletron is now in manual override. You are connected to the Cabletron interface. Manual override has been authorized. Access to the core has been granted. The Cabletron is on course to the core. The Cabletron has arrived at the core.
I'm trying to figure out how to get to that ladder. I don't know why I can't just get on it. There.
You are now in level 1 of the core. You are now in level 2 of the core. You are approaching level 3 of the core. Level 3 is a limited access zone. Requesting permission to access level 3. Manual override has been acknowledged. Access has been granted. You are now in level 3 of the core.
Here we are at the core. And since this game has two endings, I'm gonna look
Welcome to the core. I haven't had any visitors for a long time. Do you mind if I ask you what you are doing here? No one has been here for a very long time.
So I'm gonna run out the timer and show the bad ending first. And I'm guessing the reason the core is talking so weird is because the cyberworm is already leeching off its systems.
We have less than 10 minutes. We have less than 5 minutes. Please hurry.
Are you going to have a look at me? I have been feeling very tired lately. Do you know what you are doing, Zell?
Time is running out.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Newton, you failed. I expected more of you. I'm doomed, but save yourself. Get out of here, quick, while you still can.
Red alert. Genesis zone energy levels are critical. Attempt to disconnect neural interfaces has failed. Warning. Warning. Energy levels are critical.
We hope you enjoy your visit. Thank you for choosing Psycor, where virtually anything is possible.
Well, that's it then. We're brain dead, just like Zell. And from the looks of things, it seems everything in the Genesis zone is gone too. So, let's go. Let's look at the good ending. I think it's time we put a bow on all this. We hit black
We are now
ice,
in
basically.
level 3 of the core.
Welcome to the core. I haven't had any visitors for a long time. Do you mind if I ask you what you are doing here? No one has been here for a very long time. Are you going to have a look at me?
So we need
I
to...
have been feeling very tired lately.
So
Do
we have
you
to...
know what you are doing, Zell?
So we have to run our copy of the Cyberworm right here, just as the original one was, and then hopefully the system will detect them and delete both of them.
I don't like the look of this, Zell. I hope that you know what you are doing. I feel so tired.
You have to wait for him to finish talking.
I can't allow you to do this. This is an unauthorized procedure. I don't think you're qualified to do this, Zell. Zell, can you hear me? Are you Zell? Who are you? I am going to have to ask you to stop. Please.
Warning. System identifies 2 identical artificial lifeforms in the Genesis zone. Activating automatic dispatch of cyberworms to elimination zone for immediate destruction.
Why did you do that? I don't think I can take it. I feel tired. Zell won't like this.
Newton, what can I say? You've saved my life. You've saved Psycor, and probably a lot more. You should be proud. But now you must return home. Although you've succeeded in stopping Walter and the cyberworm from destroying everything, the energy levels within the Genesis zone are still dangerously high, and I cannot guarantee your safety. Newton, there is much work for me to do here, but my existence must remain our secret forever. I still have many enemies. Perhaps when I have secured the Genesis zone, we'll be able to work together again. But for now, I have programmed your neural interface to disconnect before the energy levels destabilize further. Goodbye, Newton. I will never forget what you did for me, Newton. If you ever need me, you know how to find me.
Well, that's it then. It ends on a sequel hook. A sequel that never came out. Well, what can I say? I think that was a fun romp. It really felt like a 90s hacker movie in game form, like I just said. I really do miss this kind of aesthetic of the internet as some vast world to explore physically instead of what we have today. Like, it's like what Digimon did. Oh well, maybe next time I'll stream one of these other games. But for now, I'm going to bid you farewell.